Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Shar. Y'all know what time it is. Listen, I want you guys to go grab your tea, your coffee, your orange juice or apple juice or even cranberry juice and sit with me and talk for a while. We'll be right back with you. Let's go. All right. What's up, checkmates? Listen, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We appreciate you for being here. This is not a chat for children, so if you're a child, you probably should exit stage left. We do not entertain children on no circumstances. All right. Hello to all my newcomers, flip floppers, and day ones. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been in the bushes, welcome. All of that good stuff. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, y'all know I don't ask for much, but I need a few favors before we get started. Go ahead and hit that like button and mind your manners. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel to be a good deed, all right? And go ahead and turn that notification bell on so that you don't miss anything that I'm going to put out or have put out or will put out. Okay. Welcome, Veronica. How are you? Sassy Brown, what's up? Uh Sweet Burn, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We appreciate you guys for being here. Oh, and the most important favor I need you guys to do, continue to share the live, okay? Share the live, share the live, share the live. If you guys got a chance to watch the video I put out on my backup channel, I did put that video out on yesterday. I made that video private because unfortunately she's being targeted. And they're finding all of her family's pages, and it's a mess, guys. It's a mess. So, unless I figured out how to edit the end where she's talking to me, I won't be able to put it back up. And it's unfortunate because these are moments and lessons and stuff like that that I'm teaching, and I think it's very important. But I'm not going to put her in harm's way. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that out there because a couple of you have went over and watched it, and I appreciate you greatly. But I'm not going to put her in harm's way or to be targeted anymore. Her return to school will be tomorrow. So you guys just keep her in your prayers because I know just as well as she may know that this is not going to be the end of it. It sucks that in order for you to get some type of legal justice, the only thing that you can do is put her back there. And they have to strike a couple times before you can get the full legal part handled, which sucks, right? And it's nerve wracking and it is scary. However, I know that God is who He is, okay, today, yesterday, and forevermore. So I'll be on standby. And that's that. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. Hey, CC, what's up, boo? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We appreciate you for being here. We got a lot to cover, guys. Those who know, those who don't. But you guys know that your girl been busy. Hi, Dr. Ann. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I be seeing you over there in other people's chat. I be like, Dr. Ann be everywhere. I love it. I love it. I love that for you. Okay. I said, Dr. Ann says, catch me in traffic. I love that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope that everybody had a fantastic weekend. Um, I call this the abandonment day for my fiance. I always tell him when sports is on, he abandoned me, right? So I really rarely hear from him on a Sunday, baby, because he be sporting it. But he works hard, so I'll be like, okay, you got a little break or stuff like that. So I'm just winging it. I've been asleep all day, y'all, all day long. Hey, Evelyn, how are you? And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I've been asleep all day. I told myself yesterday I was going to go live. And baby, I slept all day yesterday. And then I was supposed to help the kids with something yesterday. And baby, I caught the headache out the world. Okay. I caught a headache. Like, bad. It felt like somebody was like punching me in my head. Not to mention, if you watch my video over there on my backup page, I took my hair out. And my hair is thick, honey, and it needs to work. You got to work through the crisps and the crevices, okay? And ain't no way I was gonna be able to get it untangled, detangled. Once that water hit it, it hit some shrinkage, and baby, it was World War II. Okay, so I have to work through it. I'm really thinking about putting the what do you call that, the like the really tiny dreads in my hair. I think that will look good on me. I think I love natural styles, beauty, protection. Like I love anything natural, so I think I want to try that. It's hair, guys. Like I don't be tripping about it, right? So I think I want to try the really tiny ones and see how that go. We shall see. I'm trying to show support to everyone. Your lives feel like home. Oh, Dr. Ann, thank you. I try to make it that way. No, I love to see you guys and other people chat. I love it. I love that you guys are like mingling. I love that you guys are getting different perceptions of the same topic, right? The one thing I've always found out that's unique about YouTube is that we can be all talking about the same topic, but our interpretation is so different. And it be so banging, okay? I got a chance to go over and listen to Tay's talk before. Um, I used to be over at Tay Chat all the time, but life busy and I don't get to go all the time. So when I do, I enjoy it, right? So I went over after Trisha went on her whole rant. I went over and baby, when I say I laughed so hard because I couldn't understand why Trisha was so mad. And let's just say I can understand why she was so mad once I went back and listened to Tay's live. I was like, you did get dragged, you and your dude, okay? And she sat y'all in the corner and said, don't get the hell up. I said, oh, I could see why she went on her whole rant, okay? Which didn't make it better because Tay came back and jabbed her a couple more times, honey. I said, baby, this is too funny to me. Oh, thank you for the $5 super sticker. Happy Sunday, Shar. Just want you to know I'm praying for your baby girl. However, my Vaseline attempts. Listen, listen. Bridget, thank you. I didn't even look who sent it. Let me tell you something. I listen, I'm all wore out. And I think this is the part that sucks because normally with all my kids being home, we would have handled it another kind of way. But because everybody's away and scattered, this can get ugly. I'm really hoping that it doesn't have to get to that and the police will handle it accordingly. But like I said, I went on Monday, no, on Friday for an official meeting for her to return, and it just doesn't look like this is going to be an easy task. And I just explained to my daughter, I just won't lose sleep over it. The next step, outside of the legal stuff, I will have to homeschool her. Not something that I'm looking forward to, not something that I want to do, but I'm not going to lose a child or lose my mind behind the safety of my child. She's the end of the bunch. God has been faithful to me while raising them, and a teen parent didn't know who the hell she was, what she was doing up until this point, and He's not going to lead me astray now. That I am aware of, right? But I also will make a conscious decision. Now, I don't know how long we're going to be in this area, which is true suburban, guys. I mean, I know some people be like, that don't make a difference. It does, right? It's true suburban. The stuff that's going on really should not be going on. Um, and I don't know how long we're going to be here. If we go to another district and I feel like she can survive in another district, cool. But if she doesn't, I definitely will pull her out to homeschool. My heart just can't take it. 30 in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jazzy J. What's up, Mama Bees? Let's see what's up. What's up to everybody? Um, for over 20 years. Really? Oh my God, I get so bored. Jazzy J, we gotta talk. I get so bored with hair. I don't care about hair really, but I like it to grow from its natural state. And I love like the beginning stages. But now, if you guys watch that video I put out yesterday on my backup channel, it's just growing and it's so much harder to get through. And I'm enjoying the channels, I have to say. But I don't know if I'm gonna get tired of the locks, right? So it's just a process. I'm just thinking about it. I'll see. If it start growing like uncontrollably, like am I gonna like it or not? Okay, so we shall see. 33 in the chat. All right, guys, we gotta jump into this content. I think I talked enough to warm you guys up. If you are here under the sound of my voice, go ahead and hit that like button. Hey, Cricket 22, what's up, boo? Um, Go ahead and hit that like button. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Um, you guys have been more than generous with me, and I want you guys to know that. Okay, thank you, Sassy. Um, so with that being, hey Maria, what's up, boo? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody because Maria, I didn't even see you, but I do now. So anyway, let's have a conversation. I think the first person we're going to start out with is Marquez. We're going to go from Marquez to Ken to Trisha, okay? And I had to really pray about my delivery before I came and did this live, and part of it is because what I see for Trisha is scary, okay? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This is scary, okay? And she's too old to not see right through brother Ken, okay? I know that Marquez is not perfect. I'm not saying by a long shot. I don't know what kind of father he is, but let's be clear. A lot of stuff that's going on didn't just start, okay? Um, and I don't know what kind of father he is. I don't know what kind of support he gives Trisha, and I don't know what's going on. So I try not to, to go in that angle. I'm only going for what was put out, okay? And I'm going to try my hardest to stay right there. I'm only going to focus on what was put out. I am afraid for Trisha, okay? And I mean that from my shanana, okay? I not just, but his behavior, his antics, his delivery, his purpose, his motives, all of those resemble somebody that I know very well, okay? And let me tell you something. By you knew you better have spoke up and talked to Tay, because you didn't. I'm sure there was going to be some consequences that you had to handle, huh? You ain't got to tell us. We already know, okay? Brother Ken, in my opinion, it's not a safe place for you, okay? And I don't know what he's doing. I don't know to what extent that he's doing things, okay, if I could be honest. But I know for a fact, okay, that this, my friend, uh, is not what y'all purping it up to be. Okay. And we're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down. I agree with you 100. I knew somebody would, okay? And listen, I've been through some stuff. I've run around the block a couple times, okay? However, one plus one has always been two. So whether I did or I didn't, um, the objective, and let me be very clear. Oh, I hate to say this statement. I'm gonna say it real cute, okay? And if you know, you know. If you can read between lines, you can read between lines. And I'll talk about me, okay? Sometimes there are people that come into your life and you were never, ever their interest, okay? People, be careful, okay? And I'm gonna leave that right there. Those who get it, okay? Trisha, you were not and is not, in my opinion, Mr. Ken interest. The interest is your children, okay? I'll leave that right there and God bless you all, okay? All right, I thought somebody would get it, okay? Absolutely. Haya, welcome to the chat. Oh, you saying hi to, I'm like, Haya here? Okay. You saying hi to Veronica. I got you. Oh, Mick, what's up, boo? What's up? Okay, so let's go. So Marquez come and he's speaking because Brother Ken done went on a whole rant. Joyce says, I get it. Okay. Nell did. I get it. All right. Um, and this is all my opinion. Okay, this is all my opinion. I'm no expert. I say do what you do. Whatever works for your house, do it. But I'm just saying what I observed, and I know for a fact it ain't nothing slow, delayed, or laughed at about Shar. Okay. And I'm a whole woman, 100% woman, right? So I get it, right? So with that, Elf Mix says, got it. You better say it, Shar. I knew I would come and make it plain for somebody, okay? Um, all right. So let's continue on. So Marquez comment, Marquez says, stop playing with me, bro. And I'm going to paraphrase, right? Because they playing with people's channels so much. I'm not going to play the videos here. I think that we have to take back the power over here on YouTube, and we just can't stand in a lot of traps. We're putting our foot in mouse traps, okay? And we have to be a little bit more careful. I know we want to give our viewers the vision of what really transpired, or let them visually hear, or hear what was going on. But sometimes when stuff like this is going on over here on YouTube, don't play with it too much, okay? um hey, sexy Libra, welcome to the chat. Happy Sunday. I'm praying for your strength. Thank you so much, Jazzy Jane. So Marquez comment says, stop playing with me, okay? And I know I'm going to miss some points because I'm going off the top of my dome, and I've been sitting on this info for a couple of days now since it first happened. Okay, but here's the thing. He says, stop playing with me, right? Like, it ain't that. You know that I ain't scared of you. You know we can wrap this up at any given time if you want to, right? However, I don't care about none of that. But you playing on my children's top and you playing on my friend's top. Now, Brother Marquez, I need you to do something for me. You haven't came to the realization that you and Trisha are not an idol anymore, okay? The friendship that you and her had has already been broken. You and her no longer have a friendship. So you're holding on to a friendship that y'all had at one point, because she's already broken some rules of that friendship, as too, I'm sure you did as well, right? So I need you to stop acting like you come and you take my friend. She's not your friend anymore. When she allowed another man another her and create a life with that man, that is now his friend. That's no longer your friend. And unfortunately, the relationship that you wish you guys had outside of co-parenting, that's no longer, right? And part of healing is to make sure you acknowledge. And I don't think you came to the grip yet, or you understand that you and her are no longer friends right now, okay? And I think if you understand that part, you'll stop expecting so much from a bird like her. Okay? I'm just being honest, right? And that's why you're expecting so much, because you're seeing her in a light that she hasn't been in it for a while. Right now, she seems to be a little bit off to me. She seems a little bit puzzled. She seems to be in the middle, which could be stressful for anybody, right? I'm in between my baby daddy. I got my kids over here looking at me, and then I got my man over here like, what you gonna do for me? I get it. Trust me, I do. All right. Intentionally done. Could be. I think those traps could be. Um, in my opinion, Trisha is starving for validation that she has never received. She seems like the type of female who has too much emotional scar tissue in her bloodstream, and she needs to have a blood cleanser. Lord have mercy. Listen, Bridget, you right. You right. And that just sums it up in a nutshell. Okay. So he says that, Brother Ken is coming, and Brother Ken is taking his family and his friend, and he's playing on their top. Now, Marquez made a very good point. he is playing on Trish. Trish is broken, in my opinion, right? She's broken. She hasn't started the healing process, if you ask me, okay? She has no clue what's going to come from this, okay? Whatever Marquez did to her, ain't no coming back from it, okay? He did what he did. Whatever the hell she said that he did, I believe it strong-heartedly, and it hurt her to the core. However, he wants to come back around from it, but there's no coming back from around the damage that you did, and you can't tell nobody how to be okay with something that you did or when enough is enough. Period. Right? So he says that in all of that Ken is manipulating and putting her up to doing stuff. He's trying to turn the kids against him, and he says that if this was in another time, he would have just did what he needed to do. But he's saying that the reason why he don't come around is because Ken pulled the pow pow out on him the first time meeting, and production is trying to cover it up. Now let me get at production for a minute, right? Um, yeah, absolutely. Let me get at production for a minute. They are the reason why Martell is off the chain the way that he is. Okay, production does nothing to protect their cast members, their people, or anybody. They don't do enough for me, okay? They don't care who they throw under the fire, and they playing a dangerous game, okay? Now, brother Martell ain't go as far as pulling the pow pow out that we know of, right? But he has been jumping on top of makeup artists. He have showed up where people had to restrain him and jump across the stage to get him under control, and people in the middle of it, and people being chased. A lot of stuff has happened, okay? But if they would have given him some type of stipulations and some type of rules from the beginning, none of this stuff that's still happening today would be going on. But it's still going on because they have allowed him to run amok, okay? And they have allowed it for some time now. Now it's out of control. So when Marquez says that Ken pulled out a pow pow on him, and production's trying to cover it up and not air it, just like they did with their reunion. They ain't air a lot of stuff on Martell acting like a jerk because they knew that it would sabotage the show. But y'all always talk about y'all show the reels and y'all don't edit stuff out. Y'all just do, y'all give what's given to you. Obviously not. Okay, I don't even know how Brother Ken's still able to be on camera. If this was MTV, they would have canceled his tail already. How is Ken even able to be filmed right now when he done pulled out a pow pow on somebody? Doesn't that go against all the rules? Doesn't that go against all the rules? How is he still even got a contract or part of a contract or a piece of a contract? Somebody got to explain that to me. She seems like she doesn't have a mind of her own. Absolutely. Um, Jazz J said, as love and marriage comes to a turn. Yeah. Excuse me. He spoke in her emotional wait a minute. He's he spoke in her emotional scars not having enough time to heal. Absolutely. He says that she's playing, he's playing on the fact that she's not healed. She's not ready for that. And I agree, she's not. But again, Marquez, that's not your call. Okay, here's the thing: a lot of things that we as women do, and it doesn't make it right. Okay, but we do it. We sometimes take somebody else, to get over the next person. That doesn't make it right. But hell, if you got to do what you got to do until you get over and find out that nigga ain't nothing for you either. Okay, so we gotta do what we gotta do. So that may be what Trisha is doing, right? She's filling some scar tissue. She's filling some holes, some emotional, some empathy that that's going on. She got a lot going on up there. Okay, a lot of them heartstrings are being played with right now. So she is, uncontrollably or confused about what's going on. In my opinion, okay. I got you. No worry about the mistypes. I can figure it out. Y'all know I'm always screwing something up. Um. Marquez left Tisha at her lowest point. She had to lose. She lost several close family members. He left her when she really needed his shoulder to lean on. She will never forget that, and she don't have to. You know what I mean, Joyce? And that's what I'm saying, Marquez. You coming on here acting like there's a way to say sorry. She may have already accepted your sorry, but that doesn't mean that she has to live back with you or in the presence of you because you said sorry. That doesn't make it better. The damage is already done. So that's what I'm saying. You don't get to tell somebody like you took my family. That's not your family, sir. You forfeited your family, if I can be honest, okay? That's not your girl no more. And Ken ain't never been your family. And another thing is those kids, you vowed for that when you gave up on their mama, okay? You vowed for separation. You vowed for you to live in separate houses with your kids. That's something that you willingly did. So we're not giving you a pass for that. All we're saying is that production was wrong as hell for not airing that part when they think that all the fake news needs to be aired. And why is Ken still filming if that all happened, okay? So Ken, you on here throwing your muscles around and acting like somebody's scared of you and you know what time it is and you from the top, okay? All of that. And you know why he like, I ain't even playing my life like that. I got two little ones I'm living for, okay? I ain't playing my life like that. This dude done pulled out a pow on me. You know what I mean? So with that being said, why you come on here, you failed to mention that. You was putting everything else out there, right? So why you said it was all TV. Why you ain't tell us? You the first one that brought it to the internet. Why you ain't tell us that you pulled out a pow on somebody if you missed the tough guy? Mr. Tough Guy, why you ain't tell us that you a sucker after all, in my opinion? Okay, because only suckers do stuff like that. He was no threat to you, right? If he was no threat to you and you ain't scared of you, big tough Willie, why you pull out a pow on that man? I just want to know. Maria says he has emotional scars too. Exactly. 46 likes and 51 in the chat. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button. So it's a little troubling, okay? So scratch Marquez, you kind of made your own bed and now you have to lay on it. The only thing that I'm saying is be honest with yourself where you are with Trisha and what Trisha is to you. And that would allow you to heal a lot quicker and accept the actions that she's putting out. You're not able to see her for the mean girl that she is or mean mama that she is or mean ex that she is because you're still putting her on a pedestal that she was at when y'all was together. She's no longer there. She's done with you. She washed her hands with you. And you have to accept that. And part of accepting that is to back up. Okay? She's not your friend. She don't like you. She probably can't stand the sight that you walking. And that's cool. I've been there, you know what I mean? But you have to accept that so you can see why she's moving the way she is. Okay? Moving right along. Exactly, Shar. The moment Marquez left his family, he forfeited them. Absolutely. You can't live your life responsibly free while you find yourself, but expect the mother to sit and wait. It doesn't work that way. Hey Misty, how are you? And welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. CK and production are playing dangerous games. Let me see where you at. Dangerous games with those folks situations. They are. Okay? But you wouldn't be able to play with minds like you are, okay? Somebody has to draw the line. And I think like this is for every situation. One thing I am happy about all of this is it kind of take Melody and Martell out the light of chaos and confusion right now. At least we're getting all the behind the scenes stuff, but at least like it's not about them right now. We've watched enough episodes with it's about them. So I am happy about that. Let them for once, let them show somebody else making an A of themselves, right? So that part I am happy about. Okay. So here we are now to Brother Ken's statement. And Brother Ken, we set 27 minutes into the chat, guys. Hit the like button. Okay. So Ken goes on a whole rant, completely disrespectful. Um, I listened to the entire live. It was despicable. It was nasty, and it was really gay. If you ask me. Okay, period. I ain't got nothing against nobody. It was really femaleish. Okay, and I don't like a BAN. I don't like them. Okay, I don't like them. I don't like nobody to talk to me like you more of a female than me. And your arguing gave really gay energy. Okay, and I don't like it. Okay, and it was really. I was listening to it in the car. I was like, what you? Get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I was so mad. Like, you should have heard me yelling back at it like it was a TV screen, and I was just listening to it in the car. Okay, so the reality of it is, Ken goes on a whole rant that Marquez is doing all of this BS, and why doing all this for TV? He never told you that you couldn't come and see your kids. You chose not to. He started calling the woman in the chat like, bad wigs, and he had names for everybody. They gonna be, and what they say, they all on dialysis. They going, pass on early. All types of stuff he was saying, okay? Which had nothing to do for it. If you're here to read Marquez, continue to read Marquez. You're more interested in the comments than the people that was writing the comments, in my opinion. Hey, Sandra, what's up, boo? So with that being said, he went on to say that he's not keeping now. I said what I said in the beginning. You guys heard me say it. I'm not going to repeat it because it only takes, a person to remember that. I had a problem with him keep continuing to say things like pulling up in my driveway. Very possessive. Okay, that was it for me. Okay, uh, it was the easy moment where you could have said ours, but there was a lot of my going on, right? I remember being in a relationship with a fella, and the fella used to, like, early on in the relationship, everything was like my house, my this, my that. This ain't yours. What are you talking about, right? And then I wasn't able to see it, but now I am. And as I continue to hear Ken talk about my driveway, my house, my car, and I gave him this and I gave him that, and it gave me very possessive or ownership of something that was not yours. Okay. And I think Trisha said in one of her posts she was an engineer, a NASCAR engineer. I don't know how true that is. However, I know Marquez said that he gave Trisha the $5,000 to move in the place. Okay. I also know that you, my friend, ain't had no choice but to get together with her because you got put out of some other female house for forgetting to turn your Find My iPhone off, and she found you in her house with somebody else, right? Now it's all allegedly, in my opinion, but I'm just saying, right? You are a dude, a sucker, a GAY dude, right? That continue to play on women that has children, come in like you Captain Saberhole, when really the interest is not the mother, it's definitely the children, okay? So you come in with your overbearing self. You told that man, and I know I'm all over the place because I'm going off the top of my dome, so y'all just follow, okay? Did I hear you tell that man that that's your daughter? That's your child? How dare you? You've been there for 3 years. You couldn't have possibly taught her everything she knows. And Trisha, if you don't think for a moment that his relationship with your child is inappropriate, you're sadly mistaken. Okay? He's overly obsessive. Okay? Now I've heard of a guy coming in and loving the children that the woman have. I heard of that. It's not far fetched. But you better be careful. Okay? You better be careful because he was more concerned about your baby girl than your son. Hello. You have to be careful with stuff like this, okay? He talking about, I teach her this, I teach her that. You can't possibly teach her the things that she needs to know. And the things that you think you teach her, that's her mama's job. I taught her everything I know. Huh? There has to be some walls put up. You should not be checking on her daughter in the middle of the night in her bedroom. Now, I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm not saying you're doing that. But I'm just saying the way you was given obsessively involved was like you done already crossed the boundaries. That man is not her daddy. Her daddy has not been absent. Her daddy was involved until he decided to go ahead and do what he did. Okay? They know who their daddy is. And it's okay if he's not stepping up for you to step in and buy her little things here and there, but you're way too involved. And Trisha, I'm disappointed in you as a woman. Mm, uh-huh. I'm disappointed at you that you wouldn't put no boundaries up for your daughter. Okay? This man should have matter of fact, you should have popped his hand and said, do not go online. You want to talk about Marquez? You do that. But you do not go online and talk about my children who's not yours. Period. This man is something ain't right, Trisha. Ken's last relationship had a daughter. Hello. I heard that also. I thought so, Joyce. She found Ken at Trisha's house. Oh, she was the other. Shut the hell up. Woo! Baby, what? And y'all think y'all got something? Yeah, baby. Okay, so I had Veronica says I got it mixed up. She found Ken at Trisha's house. He forgot to turn. That's where the Find My iPhone coming at. Okay, so I got it mixed up. She found Ken at Trisha's house. He forgot to turn his Find My iPhone off. And she said, "Have him, baby." Is that the way it happened, Veronica? Let me know. Hey, always that girl. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Um, Yes, those remarks about the woman in the chat was very Mm-hmm. Tell them again, Bridget. Race suckerish, okay? Blackout Love and Marriage Huntsville and reunion still active and married to medicine too. You said get them all out of here, Misty. I'm confused about the timeline. He said he lived in the basement and Trisha lived upstairs. I thought he left when he saw Ken come into the house. He put Trisha in. Now that I'm unclear of. Ken is a fool. See, Rich, say it again. Sounds ink to me, Sharp. To me too. Yeah, it's a little washy. Okay. Um. Okay. Veronica said I got it right. Maria says what got me in the way. He says all he needs and wants to reference to. Yeah, and that's true. Like, listen, y'all gotta listen to people. Okay, you talking about I take care of her. I taught her everything I know. That's my daughter. No, that's not. That was inappropriate, brother Ken. Listen, and then you started. Then he posted her. What? Then he posted a picture of her last night on his story. She was doing something in the kitchen. He posted that. Why do we think that's okay? It's not okay. It was one thing at first. You was trying to like taunt him with his daughter, but now you taking it too far. You doing stuff to be smart, and these are some boundaries that it's gonna come back to hurt Trisha. And you better start doing some asking questions now. If you ask me, that's all I'm gonna say. You better start doing some questions now if you ask me. You better start, putting some things around your house that protect your children, some devices that protect your children that people don't know about, okay? You need to start there. This is not going to end well for you. Okay. He talked about the son a little bit. He talked about the son and he said that if he told Trisha that if, he's not just saying that, but, if he could be anybody, it would be his son because that boy, you don't got to teach him nothing. Yeah, because his dad was active. His dad taught him stuff. You even said that his dad get good jobs. His dad had good jobs, right? That man would get a job. So his dad basically have a good work ethic. So let's give the man credit for something. I'm not sure what happened that made Marquez just quit or start being his deadbeat. I'm not sure, right? And I wish we would get a little bit more, but we don't have it, right? So we got to only go off our assumptions. However, you've even said that that he has these abilities. You couldn't possibly have taught him that in 3 years. It's impossible. And I think it's really funky and nasty and disgusting for you to talk about their dad in the presence of them. Now I know you said that you don't do that. They'll never hear him. I beg to differ. I doubt it that you don't talk about their dad in front of them. If you can get on the internet and talk to a bunch of strangers about their dad, I know dang on well you in the room yelling at Trisha about their dad. And I you a sissy. You a sissy in my opinion. Okay? So I know for sure that's what you're doing. Okay? You ain't got to tell me. I know for sure that's what you're doing, right? You making the kids have a complex about their daddy. They will learn that on their own. They will get to know what kind of person their dad is outside of what the mama had may have painted him to be all this time. But you, my dear, you way out of line and you have overstepped your boundaries in so many ways, okay? So many ways. You should not be on the internet talking about this man and their relationship. That was Trisha, please. I could even respect it and take it more seriously if Trisha came on here and talked about stop playing with me because she was with that man. Who the hell are you to get on here and start talking about the deadbeat that he is? And I'm not going to stop because I don't like deadbeats. Well, unfortunately, you said you ain't had a father, I think, since you were 9. How could you possibly know what a father is? And you keep talking about all the relationships I was in, I took care of those kids. No, you came in like a bat out of hell and you went and overstepped your boundaries. That's why the relationships probably didn't last long. You came in like you was the man and then you fooled everybody like you was such a good guy. Then they found out you was crazy as hell, probably. We can't take you serious. Hey, Nanny, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I think Trish was tired of Marquez not being able to be the leader in the marriage. They married very young. She's now resents him, and that's why Ken is allowed to be so disrespectful. Poor children. Good points. Hey, Erica. Sorry, my thing was blurred out. Erica, hi, welcome. I hope Marquez will press charges on Kim for pulling that pow on him. Also, this could go to Marquez's favor because he can show an attorney the Instagram and YouTube. Yeah, because Marquez did say that they going to court and it's going down. Okay, YouTube post that Ken has made. Yup. That was a no for me too. What we talking about? Let me see. See, Rick says Ken is too much. Trisha needs to set boundaries with Ken and the children. Way out of line. He's doing way too much. And I could imagine, just like he told Dr. Heavily and Carlos during that interview that he went and stayed in the hotel room for a couple of days because him and her wasn't getting along. I used to date somebody like that. Very, 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 very. I'm gonna make you feel this. You're gonna learn. Trying to teach me a lesson. Okay, you can't teach me nothing because I'm actually happy that your A left. Get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, he told me he left, to teach her a lesson because they wasn't getting along about the Martell thing that was going on. So I think Trisha lets him run rapid like that because she don't want him to pick up and leave her again for days and days and days because she just can't see herself without him. She knows she got herself a good man. You probably thought she was gonna come back over here and get back with her, and she was gonna be all bent out of shape. But she got herself a real man. Where the real man at? I'm confused. I see a sucker. I see a BAN. I see a corny uh-huh. I don't see no good man. Real man where? Where? Girl, she probably in their house walking on eggshells. Did I do this right? Did I do that right? I know. I know. You ain't got to tell me. She ever listen to my videos, she gonna be like, dang, she describing that to the T. I know. Trisha needs to set boundaries. Okay, I read that one. Trisha allows that girl to sit on Ken's lap. What girl? Who sat on somebody's lap? What? Oh, the baby. The baby. Okay, okay, okay. I'm about to say, what girl? The baby. Yeah, that was too much. And y'all pointed that out to me because I wasn't even there. But this conversation really, really, really put things into perspective for me. Ken is too much, but Trisha needs to be saying something to him instead of coming out here cursing out bloggers. Say it again. Same for Marquez, he claims he found Ken at his house with Trish, something not fitting in the puzzle. Uh-huh. Um, what got me, let me see, is the way he said he supplied all her needs and wants in reference to her daughter. Yeah, like what are you talking about? And then he started talking about a $150 pair of shoes. And at first he was letting it slide when he got there to be respectful. Well, you should have continued to mind your business. I'm sure she learned how to get on the phone with her baby daddy or ex-husband and say to him, hey, can you go half with me? Now it's like, man, forget it. I got it. No, you probably doing stuff for exchange, in my opinion. I don't know, y'all. This is getting stranger by the day, honey. After 5 years of separation, why not divorce him? Was she holding out for reconciliation? She didn't seem interested in divorce. It was Kim pushing to marry her. You right about that, Dr. M. Ken's last relationship had a daughter. Yep. Yeah, it's something, y'all. They seek out these kind of people, right? They seek this kind out, and they're looking for them daughters, in my opinion. Okay. He also said he was around when Trisha went to Martell's house. What? None of them is telling the whole truth. Okay, Marquez is not innocent, not at all. Neither is Trish or Kim. If any of what Ken is saying about Marquez is true, then he's not a good father. Three clowns. Uh-huh. You're right about it. Interrupt when they're making a mistake. I'm just saying. Um, I know I'm on point, Doctor, and I came with a message. At first, I thought Ken was a good man, but now I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think none of us think so. Trisha is the problem. She should have set boundaries with the relationship of Ken and her daughters. He is not the father. She should have divorced Marquez and move accordingly. She's the problem. And hey, Journeyology, what's up, boo? Um, Psychological issues. Woo! Erica done gave him a whole diagnosis, honey. Carlucifer is a low down to continue to employ these narcissistic, abusive men and the women we are affected by them on these shows. It sends the wrong message to our future kings and queens. Bridget, say it again, honey. Um, is a mouthpiece. Oh, Ken is Trish mouthpiece. I don't know what the hell he is, but he need to shut up. I think Trish was tired of Marquez not be okay. All right, so allegedly their storyline changed from Martell and Trisha relationship to beef between Marquez and Ken. Wow. He also said he was around when Trisha went to. Okay, so here's the thing. Um, and that's another thing. Like at the end of the day, what's his name? Ken is too involved in this little girl's life. Trisha needs to set some boundaries. Trisha needs to also set her own traps because I'm telling y'all this right here, no way, no ham, no turkey, or no bacon. It's too much, okay? Way too much, right? With that being said, Marquez, be a father, right? Go get some, the law protects your fathers, right? Go get some things that will protect you when you go get your children, that would allow you to be more active in your children's life. And if you don't want to do that, knowing what kind of clown showed up on the internet a few days back, something's wrong with you, and I can't take you serious, okay? Because I would have been at the courthouse that day. If that kind of man was living under the roof with my children, baby, it would have had to be emergency hearing because, in my opinion, he's a dangerous person, okay? He's an unhinged man, and he ain't too far from Martell. So you should have did something that day that he acted that way. Emergency hearing, do something to protect your children if Trisha's not in a clear headspace to do something, okay? I don't like it. It doesn't look good, but hey, who the hell am I? I'm just a blogger, okay? Um, so anyway, they talked to that. Bloggers got to talking, and because bloggers got to talking, Trisha gets online, baby, and I don't know what the hell she was talking about, but she was basically upset that people was talking about her, and she said that she didn't appreciate them calling her uh, um a man. And I didn't hear that, but if it was said, okay, they ain't got nothing to do with me either. But what I'm saying is, she can't. This is what I'm saying. I feel like Kim put her up to making this kind of post. Okay, and what you gonna say? They was dogging your man out. I feel like that, right? For my shana and I. Okay, so it says, so thankful for my son. She says, I'm about to start a talk with T and start roasting these content creators. Okay, contestant number one, because this bee went live with the nerve to speak on SHIT she don't know about, and then has the audacity to come for folks, and I'm not the only one she's come for on her BS. Talking about folks' hair with that supposed to be black and brown Family Dollar store lace wig on, she says, and can't even see the part. And then to talk about Ken, this is the part that made me believe that Kim put her up to writing this, okay? She says, and then talk about Kim must be GAY because I look manly. She says, be sitting in that desk chair looking like Mr. Potato Head, talking like she got a mouthful of spit with the spit in the corner of her yuck A mouth. And then teeth look like she been sucking since she came out of the womb. I'm low key with the SHITS, okay? Keep on, and I'm going to fire that A up. I let y'all take me through two levels, okay? She says, one, don't F with me. Two, ain't ain't quite effing with me. And now here, the F, we are at three, F around, and we at three, F around and find out, BITCHs, but stay tuned for your next pay. I got tea for y'all A to sip on. Now, girl, you lost me at the end because you was getting a little like slangish, and I suck with slangish words, but I think I made it through, okay? I think I made it through. And like I said, I feel like Kim put her up to that. Like, what you gonna say? They talk about your man. Well, your man got on her acting like a female, so the females got in the ring with him and boxed it out because they gave him the same kind of energy he was giving everybody else, okay? He was wilding in the chat. He was wilding on that live. He was feeling himself. And really all he had to do was call the man that he was complaining about in the first place. What the hell you on the internet telling us about it for? Period. Hey, Sharon, everyone in the chat. Hey, Lisbeth. Her outfit sucked. That signed, wait a minute. They signed up to the show. Their lives on national level. Don't want folks talking about get off the show. Point. You see what Stormy did? I'm done. Good. She couldn't handle it anymore. That's the best thing you could do. When you're done, you're done. In my opinion, kid did that. I mean, kid. Wait a minute, Ken did that, not Trish. I thought so too. It was given Ken. I honestly feel that way. If I was talking all that smack, you would where it go? You would have seen my face to speaking directly in the camera. You think Ken went on there and typed the message? Child. Hey, Chronicles of Ken, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I don't care, Patricia, but I can understand her frustration if she has been dealing with a mental unstable man for years and we're all jumping to conclusions we don't know the truth. I get you, Nanny. Let me see. Let me see. Clint, not Kinslaw is one who brought that comment up regarding Trisha's possible Um, yeah, it look, I don't know. I think the muscles is pretty cute. It's to each his own, right? I want some muscles. I can't never gain them, but I want some. I don't know if I would go as far as what she got, but listen, to each his own, right? Do your thing. You can't wear your feelings on your shoulders on reality TV. I agree. After a while, Ken is going to push the son out the house. In my opinion, been there and done that. Tried it, it ain't work out, but I get it. I think the son is old enough to understand what's going on. And I don't think it's a good taste for the son to be at home and hearing all this stuff. And it's hard, it's frustrating. Let me tell you something. It's frustrating to have older kids that knows what's going on and they actually live in a house with the mother, and then have to hear the backflash, right? I get it, trust me, I do. So our job as parents to make sure that we shun the children from that. If you got to go to the car to have a conversation about their daddy, then do that. You don't want to basically allow that child to wear all of the insults that you, because kids love their parents, unfortunately. I don't care how bad they be, kids love their parents until they find out the real deal. And right in, the first thing Marquez said, that he called his son and said, son, I don't want to really do this, but I got to do it. Now, I don't know how true it is, but he says that he let his son know, I got to address this right here, right now. Okay. And the son said, this is what Marquez said. I ain't saying it because I was not the fly on the wall. But Marquez said that the son was like, Dad, I don't know what's going on. But if he said that, that means that he's listening to everything. Whether it's on the internet, whether it's Trisha and Ken talking about it in the house, he's listening. It got to be a heartfelt thing, guys. It got to hurt those children, period. Okay. 63 likes and 68 in the chat. Almost there, guys. I don't believe that Trisha still wants to be with Marquez. She's aware of the fact that he's not mentally stable and maybe have pity for him as the father of their children. I think I did see that somewhere. I think that's what Oh, Nanny was just saying that they were saying that he had some type of, some issues mentally. I didn't read fully into it, so I really can't give no info on it yet, but maybe I'll look into it and see what you guys are talking about. But I do remember seeing that somewhere where they were saying that. And it had to be draining. However, just like you created boundaries for that mentally unstable person, if that is true, you got to do the same thing for this insane person. Period. Okay. And a lot of times, if we're not careful, we would jump into the same kind of relationships with the same kind of dude, just a different shade. Period. Okay. Allegedly there's storyline. Okay, I read that one. Trisha is broken as well. Who says Trisha is mentally stable? They all need therapy. Trisha should have finished one relationship before getting into another and bringing another man into your kids' lives too much. It is. He looks stink with them muscles. Wait a minute, what? First get clothes to fit somewhat. Wait a minute, maybe it'll be different. I really don't understand why three of them decided to be on the show. The storyline is so stupid. That I agree with. Tisha needs to play in the playground for newbies. Stay out of grown women's area. Bridget, I got you. If Ken and Trisha think they can win a battle against the fans and bloggers, she is crazy. Child, listen, I don't care, Patricia, but okay. I wanted to make sure I ain't, lose nobody. So that's what Trisha had to say. Like I said, she was clapping back to Tay Talk, as everybody already talking about, so it's no secret. And Tay came back and got with her and chin checked her. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I laugh at everything. I really barely take anything serious on this internet because I mean, it's serious because it's a serious thing in people's lives, but as far as like personal stuff, baby, I can't take too much of my energy. Moving on, baby, moving on. We got to move on. We 54 minutes into the chat. We probably go over the hour, but that's cool. Their son is going to stay to protect his sister. Got you. Um, I'm not taking no. I get you, Nanny. No sides. We just having a conversation. No sides. This is a mess. Deadbeat parents are so good at manipulating the children. Trisha and Marquez need to protect their children, and Ken should shut the f up. I got you. I got you. Trisha needs to sit this one out. She's talking about coming for CC's wrong road. Listen, Liz Biff, she wilding out there, okay? So last but not least, our final coverage today will be Nell saying that Martell set her up with Arionne. Now, I watched the live. Somebody sent it to me. I got on there. Nell always strike me as this frightened person. She never seems to be like off the edge. She's always on edge, right? To me, that's what it is. So it's a little bit hard for me to digest what she's saying, if I could be honest, because it's almost as if somebody is sitting on the side of her with something pointed at her, like, you better do it now. Because she's always so frantic to me, okay? Um, and that kind of like worries me, right? Now, I don't know if it's because she got herself all worked up, and now she's just exploding. I don't know what that's about, but it really, really gives me bad anxiety, okay? So I try to listen as much as I can to get what I can from it. And what she was saying was that her and Ariane is not friends. That she would never sit and have a conversation with Ariane, knowing what she did. Um, her and Mel is cool, I guess. I try to like take Mel out of the equation for a minute and just focus on what Martell did, because we've already established that Mel feels like it's both of them. And if Nell feels like it's both of them, there's really nothing else for us to pick apart. We've already noticed that Nell has already chosen a side, and the side is that they should work it out, okay? And that side isn't a realistic side. So what are we hoping for at this point, okay? So I try to take Mel out of the equation, and just focus on what we're talking about, which is Ariane, Martell, and Nell, okay? And what we saw was a picture of Ariane and Nell shaking hands. At first, we saw a picture with Jim just standing and, in a close space. And then we've got more pictures where, it was Nell, Martell's in the middle looking like he's looking away from the picture. And then you got her and Ariane looking like they're smiling at one another. Well, hello, how do you do, right? And I can see what the picture, meant. And she said that she didn't know that the picture was out there. Her husband found the picture and showed her what they were talking about. She didn't know. She just was like, what is everybody talking about? What is going on? And then she was like, okay, enough of this. I'm being dragged. People picking me up, baby, dropping me on my head. I got to go. Okay. I got to say something about this. So she takes to Instagram on her live. Dr. Ann says exactly. Hey Keisha, what's up, boo? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Sure, I'll laugh at it all, but in the same time, I say, Lord, don't let this go a different direction. I hear you, honey. Um, Trish needs to sit this one out. She's talking about coming to the CCs. Okay, I read that one. Make sure I ain't missed nothing. These castmates needs to realize that the CCs are the ones promoting and elevating this show. Outside of the black social media, no mainstream entertainment shows, etc., talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. I agree. We do boost it up. So, Nell goes on the record and says that she didn't know what was going on. Her husband showed her the picture, and she says Martell, messy, trifling, disgusted, set her up. Okay, 76 in the chat. Y'all hit that like button. The blackout was proof in the pudding. Agree. And he set her out. And what happened was she said that she was having a conversation with somebody else, and then she was laughing at whatever they were talking about. And then in the midst of that, Martell says to her, hey, Nell. And she turns around. And when she turns around, there was Ariane. So she says, out of politeness, she didn't want to be rude and walk away. She shook her hand and said, okay, hi, how are you? She says the PR person asked her for a picture, and she says, well, you must not know who I am. And the person said, I absolutely know who you are. She says, well, if you know me, you would know that I'm not taking a picture with her. Okay. And but they already snuck the picture, and the way that they did it, you can see that Martell is looking away like he ain't got nothing to do with it, but he moved really out the way so that they can get the picture, and the PR person put the pictures out. Now, knowing Martell, I can honestly say this does sound like him. Now, people are discussing it in two different ways. They're saying that Nell is lying. I don't know if the lady is or isn't. I just feel like there might be some truth in this. And y'all know I don't be giving nobody no too much passes. But and I think like people saying like because we've already looked down on Martell, that we basically just already shoving it to him and we're not looking at Nell as being a liar. I just feel like if she did it, she could have just continued to let people drag her. And I feel like if she, by her coming to explain what had happened, she got to have proof that it happened that way because she had to know that Martell and Arionne are petty, and they will put out proof that that's not the way it happened if it didn't happen that way. So she has to know better to come up here and say something online. That's what I feel. Okay, Joyce says my question is why does Mel names pop up in everyone's mouth? Mel isn't the cramp they're talking about. Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's why I try to take her out of it. I don't believe she hasn't seen Now, she was lying when she said that, Keisha. She definitely is like, I don't even know, what she looked like. You're lying now, 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 now. That part you're lying about. But I do believe that she was set up by Martell and Arionne, and it was a plot. And like I said, I don't believe that everybody, and I don't believe that Mel is asking for that either, okay? I just think she's saying, like, have some respect. Same thing she did with Destiny. Even though I don't mess with Destiny like that, why do you think that it's okay for you to post my kids out with this brawl? I would have never done that to you. I'm not expecting you for you to protect me as your friend, but just do what you want somebody to do to your kids, okay? And I think that's where she's coming from everybody, okay? Now, I can't speak for Mel because I ain't never had no conversation with her, but I don't think that she's wanting like people trying to put that narrative out there of why everybody that Mel, don't talk to, she want everybody to not have no relationship with. That's never what the lady said, okay? She's never made a statement like that, but she's saying that, do just do things in decency and order. If you don't want it done, then you don't do it to me, right? And if you do it and I don't agree with it and I don't like the way it left a taste in my mouth, then I have a right as me just being Mel alone to back up. Now you do your own thing, sis or bro, by choosing to continue the relationship with those individuals, but I chose to bow out gracefully. And I think people are misinterpreting that. I think everybody gets a shot to say that. I don't want to mess with you or I do. Period. Okay? So people be wilding out here. I can see that, Nell is like, oh, I can talk to whoever I want to. I'm grown. Period. You are. However, those relationships, if you sitting there have a conversation with the girl and she said that wasn't the case. I don't know if it is or it isn't, if I could be honest. But if you sitting there having a conversation all kiki ha ha, with the person that willfully participated in destroying my family, and I went to you on many nights and confided in you, that is an issue for me. Okay, that is a huge issue. So I hope for Nell's sake that this is her story and it is true. Okay, because it will be nasty, disgusting, and trifling, and you will get the hell on and get the hell out of my face. You will never be able to come sit in my comfort ever again. Okay, so I can definitely understand it. And I do believe that Martell set her up. And if he didn't set her up, and Nell, y'all showed me something different, and Nell's lying, show me something different. Y'all blasting everybody else because y'all posting everybody else's wetting pictures up here. Show me something different that Martell did not set her up. And then I'll go back and I'll recant my story. But for right now, I'm going to go with my gut and says Martell's name is written all over this. And this has nothing to do with the jerk that he has been prior to this or leading up to this, period. Okay? It's possible that she was ambushed by Martell with his, yeah, yeah. Um, he never seen her before. I don't know about that. Yeah, she was lying. um, yeah, so it would be a mess. You know what I mean? But we can look at it from both ways, right? And we have to learn as Mel supporters that she would never want us to just side with everything she do, or everything she says. She just says, trust my instinct. and just use your brain. And logic always win over top of everything else, right? And if you just logically think about some of the stuff that Mel be mentioning, it be the truth. Just logically put it into the perspective. Period. Um, and I think it's the real thing. You cannot sit in my face after you done sat here and willingly participated in a conversation with somebody that I told you over many years or confided on you or tried to help, make my marriage better about this girl. And now y'all having a conversation. Now, if it happened the way that she had, you don't get that same kind of energy from me. I mean, the way that Nell is saying that it happened, maybe I'll cut you a little slack. But in all of that, like, man, it's a tricky situation. But I do believe that this has Martell name written all over it, period. I chose to wait on Mel. Uh-huh. Um, Nell is just mad because she was caught on camera. In my opinion, I smell fish. Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's tricky. I'm just waiting for a little bit more information because y'all know Martell is a little, a little girly. Okay, so he gonna come out here and say Nell's lying because she did this. He gonna tell, and Arionne gonna drop some receipts if that's the truth, right? If that's not the truth, they're gonna say something. We just gotta wait on it. Okay. Nell has a soft spot for Martell, like most of the women on the cast. We see this behavior about suffering of the ex-wife. Mm. Hey, Wednesday, here. Nobody saw me. My big sis was in the building. Hey, Tay. Tay is another content creator. If you don't follow her, go over and follow her. Not that she need me, because my girl is growing big and better. Okay, y'all catch her in traffic. But y'all go check her out. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, we see you in here. Boop. Gracie even said, I believe she was set up. Well, I looked at the girls' trip. She fussed Sunny like she think why she didn't. She gave clothes slop that same energy. I'm side eyeing her. She knew her. Wow. Martell plays games like that. His mission was to isolate Mel. Nell knew exactly who that bird was. Yeah, I'm not even disputing that with y'all. I think she did know who she was. I do believe that she was caught off guard. That's just my opinion. Now, if it's different, I'll come back and change it. But right now, that's just where I stand with it. Let's see. Let me see what y'all saying. Wait a minute. Mel set up on several occasions. Remember, Nell and Chris is Martell's, and she states Martell is her brother. Got you. Hotel, absolutely. Let me see where you went. Absolutely has something to do with it. However, that doesn't excuse the cowardly lion from representing herself as Mel. But she couldn't because she's not. Agree. The ex-wife has to leave her husband, change her life, accepting the 304, being around her children, the mental anguish these women go through is horrific. Yeah, it's crazy out here. Hey Tay, let me see what I don't understand with how is she still friends with Martell, knowing how he's treated his kids. Yeah, because she's accepted anything from Chris, in my opinion. Okay, so for us to expect anything different from her, we sadly mistaken. That's just my point. Queen Common Sense, welcome, welcome, welcome. We appreciate you for being here. Um, Listen, so that's where I stand with it. I don't believe fully that Martell has clean hands in this. It just looks like a PR stunt to me. It smells like a PR stunt to me. We have to wait for more information to see if it comes back. And listen, I'll be the first to change my story if that is the case. However, for right now, I'm gonna say that maybe Nell did not know that she was gonna walk right into her when Martell called her name. And it's just ironic to me that the PR person was ready to snap that picture right when she turned around. Weird, strange, and it's just giving fishy, okay? Listen, guys, I'm an hour and 9 minutes in. I'm over my hour, but I love y'all checkmates, and there's nothing you could do about it. Remember to hit that like button, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye.